6 years after 26-year-old Evan Miller walked into the deep woods of Maine to clear his head after a crushing breakup, search teams found something no one was prepared to see. A massive, immovable boulder, one that would normally take machinery to lift, sat unnaturally tilted in a forest ravine. And right on top of that boulder was a single, sun-bleached shirt. Evan's shirt. But when investigators pushed equipment beneath the rock and gently lifted it, they found human remains pinned underneath, as if the earth itself had swallowed him and sealed him away. His family had spent 6 painful years praying for closure. But nothing, absolutely nothing, could prepare them for how he was found, or the chilling questions that still remain. Before going into today's heartbreaking story, I want to remind you to like this video, drop a comment down below, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our deep dive mystery stories. Now, let's go back to the beginning where it all started. Before Evan Miller became a name engraved in missing persons databases, he was just a 26-year-old trying to keep his life together. He had grown up in Portland, Maine, quiet, grounded, never the spotlight type. He studied environmental science, worked at an outdoor gear shop, and spent weekends hiking, camping, and photographing wildlife. Most people who knew him described him the same way. Evan wasn't the kind of guy who ran from problems, but he was the kind who carried more than he should. And for the last 3 years, he had been in a committed relationship with someone he truly thought he'd spend the rest of his life with, Alyssa Grant. They were total opposites. Evan was calm, steady, and patient. Alyssa was fiery, outspoken, and always chasing big dreams outside Maine. But heartbreak does not need logic to happen, and one cold evening in February, it arrived without warning. Alyssa left. She told him she didn't see a future together anymore. She said she felt stuck, trapped, and that she needed more. Evan didn't argue. He didn't fight back. He simply stood there, absorbing every word like a tree absorbing rain. But inside, he felt something collapsing, slowly, painfully, silently. Friends say the breakup hit him harder than anyone expected. For the next few weeks, he barely slept. He barely ate. He went through his job on autopilot. The worst part wasn't the heartbreak, it was the sudden lack of direction. He kept saying the same sentence to his best friend, Lucas. "I just need to breathe. I need to step away from everything." And for Evan, breathing meant one thing: a hike deep into the wilderness. On April 11th, Evan told his mother he'd be heading out for a 2-day hike around the Mahoosic Range, near Grafton Notch, Maine. A dense, rugged area. Beautiful, but merciless to those unprepared. He wasn't unprepared. He had survival gear, maps, rope, a satellite communicator, and enough experience to teach classes on trail safety. Before leaving, he said something strange, something that would echo in his family's minds for years. "I just need to clear my head. Maybe once I'm back, I'll know what to do next." His mother hugged him longer than usual. He got into his Subaru, drove off, and that was the last confirmed sighting of him alive. Later that afternoon, a couple hiking the Appalachian Trail reported seeing a man matching Evan's description moving quickly along a narrow ridge. He didn't stop to talk. He didn't smile. He didn't even seem aware they were there. They said he looked like someone who was running from something or searching for something. This was the final sighting, because after that moment, Evan Miller vanished. When Evan didn't return home, his mother contacted the authorities. Within 24 hours, a full search operation was underway. Drones, helicopters, K-9 units, over 150 volunteers, expert trackers. The terrain was brutal: steep cliffs, sudden drop-offs, thick brush, and hidden ravines. Searchers found His car parked at the trailhead. A footprint matching his hiking boots. A few broken branches suggesting he left the main trail. But after that, no campsite, no backpack, no belongings, nothing. It was as if the forest swallowed him. By week 2, searchers began to fear the worst. Hypothermia, a fall, an animal encounter, or the possibility he simply walked until he couldn't anymore. His family refused to give up. For months, they visited the trailhead almost daily. His mother kept a candle lit in the living room and slept on the couch, hoping he'd walk through the door again. But seasons changed. Snow came and went. Life forced everyone forward. And slowly, painfully, search efforts faded. Evan became another name in Maine's long list of missing hikers. April 11th, the 6th anniversary of his disappearance. A team of environmental researchers, surveying erosion patterns, entered a lesser-known ravine off the main trail. This ravine was filled with massive glacial boulders, some weighing several tons. Few hikers explored here because the terrain was unstable. One of the researchers, Maya, noticed something strange. A huge rock, nearly the height of a small car, was slightly tilted. Not enough to fall, but enough to look like something had shifted underneath it. Then she saw it. A piece of fabric on top of the rock. Faded, weather-worn, yet still recognizable. A shirt. A men's hiking shirt. Folded, almost intentionally. She radioed her team. They contacted forest rangers. And within 2 hours, investigators were on site. When photos circulated back at the station, one of the officers felt his breath leave his body. He recognized it. It was Evan's shirt. A specialized lifting team was brought in. They used hydraulic equipment to raise the boulder carefully, millimeter by millimeter. The moment there was enough clearance, bones, human bones, pinned against the earth, compressed, still partly intact due to pressure. The skull, the ribs, the spine twisted unnaturally. A wrist bone lodged deep in the soil. And as soil samples were brushed aside, they found what was left of a backpack strap and a fragment of boot sole. But the most haunting part, the shirt had been placed on top of the rock. Not buried with him. Not trapped under the stone. Placed. Folded. Left like a marker. Searchers stared in silence. What did this mean? Investigators suggested Evan might have climbed down the ravine, slipped, and triggered a rock slide. The boulder could have rolled onto him, pinning him instantly. But that didn't explain the shirt placed on top of the boulder. Some wondered if Evan survived the initial accident long enough to remove his shirt and place it above him, hoping rescuers would see it. But that seemed impossible. The rock would have crushed him instantly. No time to move, no time to crawl out, no time to mark anything. This theory raised more questions than answers. Why would someone cover up his death but leave his shirt as a clue? If someone wanted to hide a body, why choose a method requiring impossible strength? There was no sign of struggle. No evidence of another person. No weapon. No rope marks. No footprints. Not after 6 years of erosion. The case grew stranger, not clearer. Detectives reviewed Evan's final weeks. Was he depressed? Hopeless? Planning to disappear? His mother insisted. He was hurting, but not broken. He just needed space. Lucas, his best friend, added. He wasn't running away. He wanted clarity, not escape. So what happened in that ravine? Why would Evan, an experienced hiker, go somewhere so unstable? Unless he wasn't planning it. unless he followed something unusual. Or someone. While reviewing Evan's belongings, investigators found his old, broken laptop. Inside the recycle bin, a deleted draft message. It was never sent, never shared, but the words hit like a punch to the chest. Alyssa is gone. My head is spinning. I don't know who I am without her. I don't want to do anything stupid. I just need space. I need the mountains. They're the only thing that listens. He was hurting, but still anchored. Still planning to return home. After months of re-evaluating the evidence, forensic geologists came forward with a chilling but logical theory. A massive freeze-thaw shift might have occurred. Here's what they proposed. 1. Evan slipped into the ravine and became trapped between two rocks. 2. A larger boulder above him was already loose. 3. Over weeks, months, even years, the soil shifted. 4. Seasonal freezing expanded ice beneath the rock, lifting it slightly. 5. Seasonal thawing caused it to drop again. 6. Eventually, gravity won, the rock slid and permanently pinned him. But again, how did the shirt get folded on top? One geologist cautiously suggested something haunting. Erosion might have carried the shirt upward, catching it on the rock. Wind could have folded it. Rain could have flattened it. An explanation, but not one anyone believed wholeheartedly. Because when the shirt was photographed, it wasn't just caught. It was centered, placed like a purposeful marker. And that remains the greatest mystery of this case. On a gray September morning, Evan's remains were returned to his family. His mother held the box to her chest for a long time before whispering, "At least I know where you are now." A small memorial was held near the trailhead. Hikers who had joined the original search team came. Strangers who never knew Evan came. Even Alyssa, years older, stood in the back crying quietly. She later confessed. He loved those mountains. He went there to heal, and they didn't give him the chance. Today, hikers visiting the Mahoosuc Range sometimes stop by the ravine. Not to gawk, not to take photos, but to pay respects. Some say the rock feels unnaturally cold. Some swear the area around it is always quiet. Birds avoid it, animals walk around it, wind seems different near it. There are things in nature we may never fully understand. Evan Miller went into the woods seeking clarity, and instead, he became a mystery that will haunt Maine's wilderness for years to come. His story stands as a reminder. Even the strongest hikers can be claimed by nature. Even the clearest minds can be clouded by heartbreak. And even after 6 long years, sometimes the truth is still buried beneath a rock. And that is the heartbreaking story of Evan Miller, a young man who walked into the Maine wilderness searching for peace, and whose fate remained hidden beneath a silent boulder for 6 long years. His story reminds us that even the strongest hikers can be claimed by nature, and even the clearest minds can become clouded by pain we never see coming. If you found this case powerful, mysterious, or thought-provoking, please like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe so you never miss another deep dive story like this. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and cherish the people you love, because life can change in a moment.